Welcome to TRS Clips, India's fastest learning portal. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that bell icon. How have you survived for so long? Because when I talk to someone who's around your age, you're 70s or 80s born
Correct.
people from media, I always ask them that what's the big battle in this industry, and they say the battle for relevance. And you've maintained your relevance over a
Correct.
long time. And I feel that the core of it is gymming because it gives you discipline. It gives you much more than a body.
Totally.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Absolutely.
But other than that, how have you actually managed to survive for so long?
I think you've answered the question in your question. I've survived. I've not lived. There's a difference. You either exist or you live. When you live, you appreciate life. And there are times in my life where I've lived and I've appreciated life and I've woke up smiling. But the rest of the time, I've survived.
You've given away pieces of yourself?
I've given away pieces of myself. I've just probably, and I don't mean to sound pessimistic about life all the time, but I've imagine I've just kept my head above the water where my nostrils are just above the water and I'm looking not for relevance, but just finding self-peace. So I've just about survived.
Do you gain it from work?
Only from work. And work, so a lot of people say that money can't buy you happiness. And I agree. But money can buy you very close to it. So I think I've survived for a large part of my life just working and earning money and giving and supporting my family.
How do you see your career panning out? What's the trajectory? Where do you want to take it?
So Ranveer, very honestly, I think I lost the John Abraham that I was in 2018-19 pre-pandemic somewhere because I really didn't do films that I believed in. I think Batla House is probably the last, or maybe Madras Cafe before that, and I think I'm finding that space again. Will I do commercial films? Yeah, of course, I will do a one-off commercial film and I'll enjoy it. And I'm not condescending towards it. But I really want to do the kind of content that I believe in. If you ask me, which is my favorite film, I'd probably tell you No Smoking. And people are like, what the shit? How can that be your favorite film? But no, I enjoyed it. So I think people have built their careers on successes. I think I built my career on failures. And someone very interestingly told me that, John, you built your career on the choices you've made. And most of them have failed, but you've survived. You've survived those because I'm known for the choices I make. And my choices are not always commercial. And when they're purely commercial, more often than not, they fail.
How do you survive through failure, man? That when you're at that low moment of failure, that's actually where a lot of people choose to not continue. Is it just about continuing?
It's just about believing in yourself. If tomorrow someone tells you, for example, God forbid, says your podcast is not working, BeerBiceps is not working, and you go back, you sit in your beautiful home, sit in your hall on your blue sofa, and you're looking around and you're looking at the sea from your balcony, and you say, there are two things that can happen to you. Either you have a feeling of self-doubt and you say, nahi yaar, I want to shut shop on everything. Yeah, I just don't want to do this. Must have crept up in your mind.
A lot.
Or you just sit alone and you ask yourself one question. Am I worth it? Do I have the conviction in myself to make this happen? If your answer is the latter, you'll make it happen. You will make it happen. You'll survive. You can have 10 failures. And I could have someone sit in front of me saying, which is your normal press question that an entertainment journalist usually asks you, आपकी 4 film fail हो गई तो आपको क्या expectation है? That's a question you ask. How do you answer a question like that? You have to be very confident about yourself and say, no, I'll continue. I'll survive. At the most, what, Ranveer? If my fee is 10 rupees, I'll have to do it at 1 rupee. I have to do it free. I'll do it free. But I'll do what I'm convinced about doing.